Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we're putting together this sales product page or sales funnel that sort of feeds people down to spec sections, hero sections, about sections, testimonials, videos, and of course price sections where they can click on it and buy the product. So let's continue. Here's where we got to. We put the timer in. Let's do our little stats section. If I go back, let's do our little stats section today. Now I've got a little notepad here with all the information I need about my laptop. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable the Visual Builder. Once loaded, let's go down to where we want to work, which is just below our countdown timer here. I'm going to add a new section, the blue button right there. I'm going to make it a regular section, and inside I'm going to have two columns. Now for the first column I'm going to use a blurb so we can use an icon and use a list. And there it is right there. I'm just going to save that. Before I do anything else, I'm going to decorate our section. Now this section I'm going to have a bit of a gradient from blue to black. I think that's what I had in this one, looks like it. So let's go into the section, the blue tab. Go to the background, I'm going to put in a gradient. You've got color, gradient, image or video. I'm going for gradient. I'm going to hit the plus. And I'll leave the blue at the top and I'm going to make the bottom one black. Just like that. Fantastic. Right, let's go back into our little module here. And for the title, I'm going to put laptop specs. And in the content, I'm going to actually put the content that we've got here. Again, I'm just copying and pasting from my little notepad. So I selected that and just pasted mine over top, and there it is right there. Okay, image and icon. Well, I don't want to put an image up here. I could put an image up there, but let's put a little icon up there today. I'm going to hit the use icon button, and I'm going to choose a sort of cog type icon to put there. There we go, something like that. Now you can see it, but it's not really where I want it. I want it to be on the left of our title. I want to make the title bigger and bolder, and also our text I want to make lighter so we can see it. Don't want to link this module to anything. If you could, if you wanted to, link it to the product page also. So let's go over to our design tab and start designing this. So go to image and icon first. Image and icon placement. I want mine on the left, so I'm going to hit that. I'm going to say left. Now as you can see, it's put it on the left of our title there. I'm going to use icon font size to bring it up just a little bit in size. Doesn't have to be crazy. Great. Now let's go into our title text. I'm going to make it semi-bold. I'm going to make it white. I'm also going to capitalize it. And I think I might just take it up a little bit in size also. Something like that. Don't want to do anything else to that. Let's move on down to our body text. And all I want to do with that is make it white in color. Everything else is going to work for me. Now that icon, I can see it, but I'd like it to stand out a little bit more than that. So let's go back to the top here, to the image and icon color. I'm going to make that white too. That's great. So there's our little stats. We want to give it a title at the top. And also on the right, I thought it'd be fun to have a little bar counter with the sort of CPU and RAM specs and what have you. So let's do that. Save our changes here. I'm going to add another module in our second column of our row. I'm going to have a bar counter. And I'm just going to check what we did with this other one. We just did the specs of the actual computer, CPU, RAM, hard drive and graphics. So let's put that in. I'm going to go into the actual bar itself. For the title, I'm going to put in the CPU specs, which is Intel Core i9. For how far up it goes, i9 is pretty much the top processor at the moment. So I'm going to make mine 98%. Don't want it to link to anything, and the background color as it is absolutely fine. If you change that, you can change that to whatever you want it to be. For instance, if I make it purple, you can see that's that little 2% that's left. I'm going to leave mine as white. That's absolutely fine for me. But I think I'll make the actual color of the bar itself purple. So let's go into our design tab. We'll go down to bar. I'm going to have that as purple. There we go. The title text, I'm going to have that as semi-bold, and I want it to be white so it'll stand out nicely as well, and that's absolutely fine. Don't think we really want to change anything. We could give it a bit of box shadow on the bottom of our bar there. That's quite nice. So when we're happy, we'll move on and do the next one. Go back to content. We'll save. We're back in the main bar counter settings now, and I'm going to duplicate it. And for the next one, I'm just going to go into the little cog. I'm going to change that to RAM 64 GB. I'm going to take that down because we can add a bit more RAM. Let's say 85% for that one. Let's go down and do our next one. I'm going to clone that one. And for our next one, we're going to have a terabyte solid state drive, which is pretty hot at the moment. So let's say 92. And graphics, let's add one more. Again, I'm going to clone back in the main module, go into there, and copy from my little notepad. Yeah, let's make that 96. So that's a pretty hot graphics card too. And that's it. We've got our little stats section. And the only thing I want to do now is put a title up at the top here. So I'm going to add another row. We'll add it underneath and we can push it up to the top when we're done. Single column. I'm going to use a text module. Why not? And inside I'm going to put the name and the specifications of the computer. Let's put this here. Okay. And I'm going to put that on a different line. We'll call this a title. I'm going to put this as heading 1. Selecting it, going up to heading 1 here. And the bottom one I'm going to put as heading 2. So we can make them different sizes. As you can see, that's in there pretty good right now, but if we go to the design tab, let's go to our heading text. We know heading 1 was that big one we put in there. I want to make that white. Let's make it all capital. Let's make it semi-bold. Let's bring it up quite a bit in size. Something like that, and we want to put it right in the middle. Now we can do our text, our H2, our heading 2 right there. And again, I'm going to have it semi-bold. I want it white. I'm not going to make it capitalized this time, but I am going to put it in the middle. And I think that'll do fine. So let's save that, and now I just need to move this row up to the top there. Now sometimes when you're moving modules around, it's a good idea to do it in wireframe mode, because it makes it easier for you to navigate around all the other modules. And to do that, if you hit the little purple button at the bottom, hit the little wireframe icon over here in the bottom left hand side. There it is. There's our row for our title. I just want to pop this one up on top there. Go back to our desktop view when we're happy. Go on down. And there it is. So I think we're good to go with that section. Save our changes. And we'll exit the Visual Builder and see what we've got. And there we go. We've got our little count up bars there. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please ring the bell, give it a thumbs up, share, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.